Brian, coming to you live from the Long Beach Historical Society now. He learned all about history, told his mom he wants to be on this show, and we got him, and he's done a great job. But he was mentored by the one and only Roberta Fiore. So Christopher, your first interview, take it away. I know you're going to do a great job interviewing Roberta.
Hello, yes. Roberta, she really enlightened me she really brought me into the love of history of Long Beach. And I think this seems to be great, so we'll start. When did you first come to Long Beach, and what brought you here?
I came to Long Beach in 1954. My parents bought a bungalow on Delaware Avenue. I was a summer resident. I was 14 years old, and it was great. It was party land from A to Z.
That's funny that you came in 1954, because that's the same year the Long Beach Catholic opened. When did you start getting involved in Long Beach history?
I was lucky enough to have married a Long Beach policeman whose family were one of the first settling families in Long Beach, who settled on a New York Avenue in Long Beach in about 1916. So his family, his grandfather owned almost all at that time in 1916 of New York Avenue. And he was he would come down for summers, and he had a great love of Long Beach, and he learned the love from his parents and his grandparents, and he taught it to me, and I really bit. I loved his Long Beach. I saw it through his eyes.
What other information did you, what other sources did you have information that you had beginning your love of history?
I was very fortunate to have made, I had a girlfriend when I married that Long Beach policeman, and made friends with some of his friends, and one of his friends was a girl by the name of Harriet First, and her mother was one of Long Beach's outstanding school teachers, and she was very encouraging in sharing Long Beach history with me and telling me all about the ins and outs of Long Beach history. And I think I got the bug to love history from Florence First. And together, I went to the library. This is a funny story. I went to the library, and I think I must have been annoying the hell out of them because I wasn't getting the information I wanted about Long Beach. So one day the librarian was very, very impatient with me, and she banged this box in front of me, and she says, "Here, this is all the papers we have on Long Beach." And of course I was thrilled and rummaged through it, and don't you think that in those papers was a story that Long Beach was created in 1880. And I had just been volunteering with the Chamber of Commerce, and the Chamber of Commerce was celebrating the 50th anniversary of Long Beach in 1972. So they thought that Long Beach was created in 1922. And of course, that was just the bee that buzzed my bonnet.
How does your family feel about your devotion to Long Beach history? And do they also have a devotion to it?
My family wants to kill me. My whole house is piles of papers. I just got back from Florida, and what do I do in Florida is I torture the Delaware Library in Florida to research Long Beach and to research Long Island and to research personalities that lived in Long Beach. And in January, when I get down to Florida, they say, "Oh God, she's here." And when I leave, they wave me goodbye and say, "Thank God she's gone." But I constantly do research, and my children are very tolerant of my papers. I have papers, and papers with little stories and little blurbs and little interviews and little notes about Long Beach and who I met and what they said. So I guess they're tolerant. I don't know. I think they could be more tolerant.
I think everyone that knows you knows who your favorite person in Long Beach history is. But for those who don't know you, if you could tell them who it is and why.
It's Senator William Reynolds is my incredibly favorite person because I really feel like I brought him out from under the boardwalk. I really feel that nobody really knew about the creator, the man who envisioned turning a sandbar into a self-governing city in 18 years. So I learned everything that I could about him, and to me it was very, very exciting. It was really by learning about him, I learned about engineering, the construction of the boardwalk, the infrastructure of Long Beach, the pipes, the clay pipes that are under the city. You know, Long Beach's pipes, just to give you an example, if you have rusty water, it's because the pipes are new. If you're lucky enough to live in an old section of Long Beach where the pipes are old, they're clay, and they never get rusty. So little things like that. He was a genius. He really was a mover and a shaker, and bringing his story to light. He had his foibles. He had his spent some time in jail, which we'll talk about later. But I also was a New York State senator, very honored. Brought Teddy Roosevelt down to Long Beach. Gave Teddy Roosevelt's wife a cabana on the boardwalk. So I mean, it's a constant learning. It was a constant learning about that individual. Learning about him taught me about the amazing creativity of our sandbar.
Of all the amazing things the Historical Society does, what do you think makes it special?
Enlightening. And I think that the goal of the Long Beach Historical Society is to enlighten the community. It's wonderful to walk down the street and love the street, but it's even more wonderful to walk down the street and learn, gee, I didn't know that. To learn about why the trees were planted, when they were planted. Don't forget that Long Beach was a beach. If you go down and look at the beach, stand on the boardwalk and look down at the beach, sand and water. Well, that's what Senator Reynolds came and saw in Long Beach, sand and water. And if we walk down the street today, we see grass, plantings, trees, brick roads, streets, a grid design. So I think that there's an awful lot to be enlightened about, and I think that the most exciting thing that the Historical Society can do is answer the question of, gee, I didn't know that.
We've come to the end of this segment. Let's thank Roberta Fiore and Christopher Murray. What a great